Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Let's Vibe, the channel all about crystals and our feelings. So, we're in the middle of Taurus season, and we just had the full moon in Scorpio, which was also a lunar eclipse, a penumbral eclipse, which means it was only in the outer shadow of the earth. It didn't touch the inner shadow. So kind of like a partial eclipse. But that whole eclipse corridor, the time from between the solar eclipse, new moon, that we had last month, last month, and then now, that's called, the full moon. That time between the new moon solar eclipse and the full moon lunar eclipse is called the eclipse corridor. And this time, we've also had Mercury retrograde happening at the same time. And so honestly, for me, it was really emotional. Especially the first couple weeks after that eclipse, the solar eclipse. Just so many emotions coming up to the surface, which I think has a lot to do with scorpionic energy. Having Taurus and Scorpio, they are opposite each other, and so both of those energies are being activated, and Scorpio is definitely deeply emotional. But yeah, just kind of a emotionally chaotic time during this most recent corridor. And we still have a few days left of this, another week of Mercury retrograde. But I wanted to make sure that I bring in another Taurian stone before the end of the Taurus season, because I know last month I only did the very beginning and then the very end of Aries. I didn't have any videos in between. But yeah, there's a lot of stones for each of the zodiac signs, and so I wanted to introduce another stone for Taurus for this Taurus season, and that is Peridot. So you can see that Peridot is a green crystal, and it only comes in green. I read that Peridot is one of very few gems that only comes in one color, which is this shade of, well, not just this shade, but the color green. It has slightly varying shades, like yellow green or light green, but Peridot is always green. Another interesting fact about Peridot is it's formed in the upper mantle of the earth. So it's formed beneath the crust, and it's actually very abundant deep within the earth, it's referred to as olivine. But most of the olivine within the earth is not gem quality like Peridot, mainly because it forms so deeply in the earth, and then as it rises towards the surface, it becomes weathered, and it's not a gemstone. It doesn't look like this. So gem quality Peridot is rare, and I also read that gem quality Peridot is considered a precious stone, because it is very rare. But olivine, the mineral that this stone belongs to, olivine is is one of the most abundant minerals within the earth. And another, I mean, this stone just doesn't quit. Another very interesting fact about peridot is that it's also found in meteors. There's a class of meteorites called palisite meteors. And these are meteors that are filled with peridot crystals. And if you look at a cross section or a slice of a palisite meteor that's, fallen down to earth, it almost looks like a glass mosaic where there's just all of these chunks of bright green gems in this, metallic dark gray matrix. It's very, very interesting. So this is a gem that is actually found in outer space and not just within the earth. And it's been recovered from meteorites, palisite meteorites. So it's a very interesting, intriguing stone. I've had this peridot chip necklace for a number of years now, and it's one of my favorite necklaces. I wear this for grounding. Peridot is gently grounding. It's a powerful stone, but I feel like it has a somewhat gentle energy. Obviously very deeply connected with earth energy. That's why it's associated with Taurus. And peridot it's not just grounding, it's very protective of your aura. And it's also cleansing of the aura. I think it's quite a gentle, energetic cleanser. It cleanses, it revives your aura, it restores your energy fields. Peridot resonates the most with the heart chakra and the solar plexus. I also feel it somewhat in the throat chakra, but it cleanses and renews those chakras. You could say it also resonates with the root chakra, since it is very an earth-based crystal. But peridot, I've worn this necklace for a long time. I use it when I take time to meditate. I'll put this on, or whatever spiritual practice I might be doing, I'm often wearing this. But it took me a long time to really feel the energies of this stone. And I think part of the reason for that is probably because I wasn't, at first I really wasn't that strongly connected with earth energy. But I think the more that I've gotten connected with earth energy, the more that I'm able to connect with the energy of peridot. But it is an uplifting stone. It helps you release, negative emotions like anger. It can help release jealousy, envy, just feelings of frustration. Peridot can help lift you up, help give you a gentle boost of self-confidence or self-esteem. Peridot can give you the grounding and the energy to take a look at your past and glean the positive from past mistakes or things that happened in the past that were very, unpleasant or unwanted. Peridot can help with self-work around past wounds and, going back and examining past experiences and taking away the positive from those experiences, learning, taking away the lessons. Peridot can help with learning those life lessons through experiences and recognizing the gift in unpleasant experiences. Peridot, it's associated with a lot of zodiac signs. It's associated not just Taurus, but also with Scorpio, with Leo. I would say most of the water and earth signs, and one or two, probably two fire signs, Leo and Sagittarius. But yeah, a lot of zodiac signs can resonate or vibe with Peridot. So it's not just for Taurians, but it is definitely an energy that's very grounding and stable, like Taurus. It's interesting that it's also attributed with Scorpio, though, because Scorpio is about depth and emotion, like I mentioned earlier, which kind of makes sense given where this stone is found or where it originates, originating from the deepest parts of the earth, or from deep space. It's quite an interesting crystal. And because it's, found in space, in meteors, Peridot is also useful for connecting with spiritual guides, connecting with angels, starseed families, all of that, because it does have that outer space, extraterrestrial type of energy and connection. But I would say that that part of it is not quite as pronounced as the earth energies. Although maybe it depends on where it comes from. Perhaps, if it came from a palisite meteor, then it probably does have a more pronounced ET kind of energy. So I really like this stone partly because it is gentle, but it is uplifting. And when I was going to mention, in regards to this stone being associated with Leo, this stone can really help you bring out your inner strength, your inner light, and help you step into your power. Step into your, how to put it, like being the king or the queen within your life, the queen or king of your life, stepping into that kind of role and that kind of energy, the energy of royalty or the energy of abundance. Peridot is associated with Venus, which makes a lot of sense because, Taurus, Venus rules Taurus. And so this stone is great for tapping into those energies of wealth and abundance, and those very Venusian, Taurian energies of luxury and royalty. So it didn't take me too long to land on a song for Peridot, and the song that I chose for this crystal is Venus by Lady Gaga. Now, this is not one of her hit singles. Venus is a song on her art pop album. But I think it's a great song, though. It's very, it's a little unusual. The lyrics are kind of funny, but it's all about like traveling into outer space, visiting the planets, going to visit Venus, and praising Venus, the goddess of love, But then there's a part where she's calling out all of the planets, and it's great. It's fun. I think it's a great song for Peridot, and I will include a link to the song Venus in the description box below. As always, I encourage you to leave a question or comment down below this video. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for vibing with me.